So my name is Pritish Behuria. I'm a Halsworth Research Fellow in Political Economy here at the Global Development Institute. So I have a new paper out that's called Examining Effectiveness in Learning in Rwandan Policymaking. It was published in the Journal of International Development last week now. And basically the motivation for this paper comes from a lot of recent focus on Rwanda's effectiveness. This has made Rwanda a particular darling with the World Bank and international financial institutions, heterodox developmental state theorists like David Booth and Frederick Gulubamutebi. And a lot of it has focused on different forms of effectiveness. So, for example, Rwanda's success with reducing maternal mortality, but also things like doing well in the doing business indicators of the World Bank. But not a lot about the economy, so not a lot about the effectiveness of productive sector policies. And the truth is, from even most East Asian developmental states, failure was a part of industrial policy. Industrial policy is difficult, a lot of this is out of the hands of governments and developing country governments in particular. So the real question has been about whether states can learn from that failure. And in my initial research, it seemed that Rwanda wasn't really doing that much of that. It was doing some of it, but not a lot. So I chose to focus on three different sectors where the much talked about party-owned enterprises in Rwanda, Crystal Ventures Limited, had some previous investments. So the three sectors are flowers, construction materials, and dairy. And I found that really there was a lot of variation in terms of the learning outcomes. In at least two of the sectors, the same mistakes were being repeated, and a lot of this was down to the fact that they were overly reliant on an overstretched party-owned enterprise. And there was a very limited pool of domestic investors in the country. So then that leads to the question of whether Rwanda is a developmental state. And if Rwanda isn't really learning from failure, can it really be accounted for as a developmental state? I think that's it.